Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee, without a doubt. Last week we tore into this KE100 Kawasaki to see what was wrong with it. The reason it was locked up is because the piston was locked up to the cylinder, without a doubt, solidly locked up. I was going to order parts, and while I was doing that, I thought to myself, Benny, wait a minute, you need to slow down, go back and check the bearings, make sure they're not noisy, and unfortunately, they are. This is absolutely no surprise whatsoever. The seals are usually bad on two-strokers, usually 100%. Normally the carburetor's got to be cleaned out. It needs a piston and rings. And then sometimes, like in this case, it needs crank bearings, unfortunately. Listen closely, guys, and you can hear the bearings. I'm sure every single one of you is thinking, but Benny, you're our hero. How'd you miss this? How'd you miss those bad bearings? What happened? What happened simply was my brain said, don't worry about those bearings, dude. Don't worry about them seals. That carburetor can't be dirty after sitting for years. Later that evening, I went to order the pistons, rings, and gaskets for this engine, and I thought to myself, Benny, you know what? You're an idiot. Go back down there. Check out these bearings, check out the seals. You know the carburetor's gonna have to be clean. You're not getting by without that. So I did, and here we are. No harm, no foul. Let's get the engine out of this bike and get her fixed up. Kick start. This here cover. These screws are in perfect condition, so I use the impact screw gun so I wouldn't, mess up the screws. Because I have the screwdriver, we'll get this air cleaner box off. There's a 10mm right here. I don't want to run the camera on this other side for this one bolt. Whoop, drop the clamp. Sprocket, it's got a little lock washer on here. 14mm. Let's get the carburetor out of the way here. Little cotter pin there. That's on hold for now. Kickstarter. And again, these screws are so perfect. I'm going to use this. Oh, look at that one's loose. Oh. Well, hey now. Never mind. Disregard that last statement. I was going to say I'm going to use my impact, but no need. These are all loose. Little plug right here, a rubber plug. Now we can access the screw that I believe to be in there. Petrol line. Our clutch cable. Doesn't want to cooperate. If you can't get it off one way, try looking at it another way. Like so. Oil line, which I don't know about this clamp. I'm not digging that much. Just want that out of the way. This wire is the last one I have to unhook from the engine, where that screw is. I'm just going to put that one back because it won't be in the way and I don't want to lose it or forget where it goes. I'm nearly ready to remove the engine bolts and remove the engine, but there's one step that I didn't take yet. You guys have been with me the whole time. What's that one step I should have took other than, of course, pressure washing this engine before I started? This step should be quite obvious to all of you. How many of you know what it is? Oh, doggone it, I knew that. I hear you people out there. I hear you. That right there is something else that tricked me, tricked my mind, that is, because the oil is so clean, it looks brand new in there. And so I thought, the bearings aren't going to be bad with brand new oil, and I was wrong. Flywheel 14 millimeter. Lock washer in there. I can't reach it. I think it'll be alright. Reverse threads on that puller. Don't use an impact on this. Now to retrieve my lock washer. Now for the stator, which, by the way, is actually a stator. Woof! Now's a good time. I was thinking about stator, and my friend, Noped Thursday is his YouTube channel, says stator, and he is incorrect. It is a stator, my old friend Jack Rutherford. But now's a good time to mention him because he is a two-stroke wizard. You should check out his channel. He is a moped wizard, two-stroke wizard. He is currently putting NOS, nitrous oxide, on a moped. So check him out, Noped Thursday. That's my buddy. Just pulled this little spacer off of here. Although I don't think this has to come off, I'm going to take it off just to be sure. That way I don't have to go back and forth wondering. This is just a neutral safety switch, I would think. Yup. Because we're on this side, I'm going to take all these screws loose. Flopper over here. Look at the other side. What has to come off over here? I don't know. I don't know. Oil pump. Whoop. Little copper washer fell down in there. Here we go. Come out of there. There's always a washer on both ends of these kind of things, and there is on this one too. I never know which side of the case to take off. We're just going to try and smack this side off. That'll probably work. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Tapping her lightly just to break the seal on the case. That's all. I'm not beating the crap out of it. You can hear the sound of it too as it breaks loose. The big reveal, this is just a clutch cover right here. I didn't even realize I'm not even to the center case yet. I'm so crazy. I'm just crazy. I thought that was a little bit too easy. I'm a crazy person. This little thingamabob, now this clutch basket needs to come off of there. Two O-rings here to seal up, I guess, where the carburetor goes and stuff. This is what I think they call a rotary. Judging by the sound, it's this bearing on this side that's bad, but I'm not sure. Here's a screw. Let's see what happens if I put that screw in like so. So that screw is extra long, like an inch out. So now I'm going to tap it and see what happens. So that's cracked the case loose. I'm going to put this same damaged screw over here since I've already destroyed it. So my mistake was just not getting an old screw, and I get in a hurry, see? This is exactly what happens when you get in a hurry. It's stupid to do this. You shouldn't do that. But yeah, it'll be alright. I got another screw. What I'm doing by doing this is just shoving that case that way and splitting her. And it's coming right apart. Fairly easy. I'm going to keep working at it. 2 Bondo spreaders, which are plastic. I'm going to see if I can use these to split the case, because you got to be careful with these aluminum cases. I believe I took her out on the wrong side. That's okay. Oh! Snap! That just fell out. That kind of confirms that bearing's bad, I'm sure, when we get it apart. I'm going to take this seal out so I can hit the bearing to get it out of the case. Holy moly! Wait till you guys see this. Look at that, guys. Worst bearing I've ever seen. Look at this. This thing is shredded. I mean, completely and totally destroyed. Woo! That's bad. I mean bad. So that bearing is totally destroyed garbage. Are there better ways to do this? Absolutely, 100%. But by the time I find my tools and do all that, I could just have it cut off of there. Now for this bearing, the other side, and this one feels good actually, but I'm going to replace it. I'm heating up the case, not the bearing, or, you know, trying not to heat the bearing, just the case. Here is all of our mess. I'll sort through it, clean up, you know, get things in order. There's some pieces that fell out in there. They're no big deal. It's just dogs to the kickstart, I think. The rod bearing, I checked this out and it seems to be fine. I'm fortunate in that aspect. I just need to get crank bearings and seals. That is, seals and gaskets for the whole engine. Way more involved in this thing than I want it to be, and that's why folks don't buy dirt bikes like this. See, it could have been an easy fix, just a piston, but it ended up being bearings, seals, pistons, honing the cylinder, and all this other stuff. It is what it is, no big deal, just a little more work than I anticipated. Also, a little more cash in this thing than I anticipated. Guys, thanks for watching. I gotta admit something to you. Let me bring you over here and show you something. I've been distracted all week because I've been polishing on Marcella here, preparing her for the next trip, the next camping rip, the next adventure. So we'll get there. It's just going to take a little longer. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.